Hey folks, welcome along to our live broadcast. I think this is nearly one of the first time I've actually used Facebook Live. It's a new experience. Just as you pop in, guys, will you just maybe throw up a comment and let me know who's here? Check yourselves in if you like. I'm going to get a little bit of a chat going. If you want to put on the kettle, grab yourself a cup of tea, sit down and relax, and we'll sort through a few questions that have come in and hopefully bring you some benefit and some value over the next few minutes. So, yeah, maybe just throw up a comment, guys. Let me know you're here. It'd be good to know who I'm talking to. Oh, there's Catherine. How are you, Catherine? Long time no talk. I hope you're keeping well. Yeah, just throw up a comment, guys. Just check yourselves in and let me know who's on board. Hey, Dan, how are you? So yeah, I don't know how long it's going to take. I have a few things I want to get through, but let's see how we go. If you have any questions as we go, folks, throw them up. I have a list of stuff I've already got here. Hi, Lisa. I have a list of questions that have come in already, so I've got them pre-prepared and they're here and we'll work through them. But if you have stuff that you want to throw out there or anything you want to know, or maybe if I'm talking about a topic and you need some extra information on it, just throw up a question and I'll do my best to get as many of them answered as we can. Oh, you're all flying in there now. There's Fergal and there's Audrey and there's Elise. How are you guys? I hope you're all having a good evening. Hi Anne, how are you? Yeah, welcome aboard, folks. Welcome aboard. So this evening what I'm looking at is staying in shape during isolation or during the lockdown. But the primary thing for me, I suppose, in this is that it's not just about staying in shape. We're going to look at that anyway because I know there's a lot of people that is important to. But it's for me as much about mental health as much as anything else. Being active, eating good foods, keeping yourself in a good place mentally. So important because we're really facing challenging times at the moment. And I'm sure there's people watching that have been in the situation where they're in the house all day long and you're noticing your mood dropping. So it's really important that we are keeping active. So that's going to be a little bit of what we're talking about today as well. Hey Carrie Ann, how are you? Yeah, numbers are flying up already. A few people interested in this topic by the looks of it. So yeah, just getting into it. First thing I'm going to say is I know there's an awful lot going on at the moment and I know staying in shape is not the most important thing to everybody at the minute and it's not the most important thing to me either. And if you have no interest in that at all, that's absolutely fine. It's perfect. At the same time, there are other people that want to stay on top of things, that want to stay taken over to keep themselves feeling good, but also, I suppose, so that they're keeping some bit of control maybe on their weight and on their body composition as well. I'm not going to lie, I'm one of those people. I am so used to training, it's just part of my everyday life, part of my routine, that I really have to stay on top of it because it keeps me feeling good mentally, keeps me feeling good about myself, and it's something that I enjoy doing. And I know when it's not in my life that there's something lacking. So if there's other people that are out there like me that feel like they do want to stay on top of it, this is for you, all right? So I'm just saying that from the start because I know at some point somebody's going to jump on and say there's more important things in the world happening, and yes, there is, absolutely. But for anybody that does want to stay on top of things, this is just to give you a few ideas and maybe help you out a little bit. Okay, right. So again, any questions, guys, as they come in, throw them up and we'll get through them. First thing I want to say to you is, with regard to staying in shape, getting in shape, not that much has really changed. Not that much has changed. I've been working with clients online. Hey, how are you, Danielle? I've been working with clients online over the last couple of months and whatever, and they have still done really well despite the lockdown. They've still kept making progress. But I would say to you, this is not really the time to be focused on losing weight. It's more about maintaining where you're at and minimizing damage. What has happened with the clients I was working with is that they're so mentally tuned in and their mindset has been working over the last few months that they've still kept making progress because their habits are so ingrained and because the goal is in sight and because it's important to them and all the rest. But I know for a lot of people watching, you're coming from maybe a starting point, so that's not so relevant. So here's the thing. Conversations I had with those clients from the very first day we got locked down was this. Not much has changed because very few of you are actually running further than 4K anyway. Some are, some aren't. But a lot of people watch this are going to be in the same boat. So we've got 2K zone. I done it the other day. I walked 2K just to measure it. It was 2K there, it was 2K back. So that's 4K. The 4K came in at 5,000 steps. I don't think there's restrictions on how many times a day we can go at the moment. So if we're walking twice a day, I typically go early morning and late at night. Twice a day, 10,000 steps. We're still hitting our 10,000 steps. So nothing has changed in that regard for my clients. I'm saying to them, get your 10,000 steps a day in. So we can still do that. That hasn't changed. We're also doing bodyweight workouts at home. And you're seeing this all over social media at the moment, so there's no excuse at all. There's options out there for everybody that wants to do bodyweight stuff. I've been doing it again with my regular clients. We've got a private Facebook group there and I'm doing sessions 3 evenings a week with them. And it's been absolutely incredible, guys, the support in it and the encouragement in it. And people have been really enjoying it. And I think when you get a bit of a team effort going and get people around you, it does make it a little bit easier. For me personally, hey Debbie, for me personally, my training has changed. So you've got to be open to adapting your training and doing something a little bit different, because there are options for you. It's not a case of saying, I can't do what I normally do, therefore I'm going to sit on the couch and do nothing. There's always options for you. You just have to be willing to adapt. So for me, I'm used to lifting weights. I love lifting weights. But over the last few weeks, I'm doing bodyweight workouts at home in the kitchen, in the sitting room, in the living room. And it's challenging me. And it's challenging me because it's something I'm not used to doing. When you put a different stimulus on the body, you force it to respond. And this is the problem for a lot of people. Even with the regular training, they're doing the same thing over and over and over, and your body becomes so used to it that it adapts and it gets easy. So you've got to find a new way to challenge the body. And this is what I've been doing over the last couple of weeks. So I'm doing HIIT work at home. So rather than taking slow reps with heavy weights, now I'm throwing in burpees and I'm throwing in bodyweight squats and lunges and mountain climbers and all this sort of stuff. And it's just really short, sharp sessions, heart rate's through the roof. And my body is responding to it. I'm starting to feel it, like even the last couple of days, I know I've done something. So it's not about saying, well, I can't do this, so therefore I don't do anything. It's what can I do? Always what can I do? There's always something you can do if you choose to look for that option. With your home workouts, you can get creative again. Those groups I'm working on at the moment, we've got, it's so amazing. Your own sitting room and no space, the amount of stuff you can do with your body weight if it's structured properly. But we've also been using things like a chair, doing tricep dips on chairs. We've been using water bottles for extra weights. We've been using tins of beans. Just get creative. Anything that's there, use them. So figure out what it is that you can do. And again, if anybody wants to work with me on those, come and train with me, just drop me a message afterwards and I'll look after you. But yeah, look, it's always what can I do rather than what can't I do. So you can still do your 10,000 steps. You can still do your bodyweight workouts. And what you can actually do as well, let's say there's people here watching who are maybe into running and they're used to doing a little bit more. I've been working with a runner over the last couple of weeks as well. Hi Magella, I've been working with a runner over the last couple of, not weeks, months, and he's doing quite well because what we did with him again was just that thing of changing the stimulus. He was so used to running that his body composition wasn't changing at all. He was just running. It was what he loved. I got him doing some HIIT stuff, totally different stimulus on the body. Fitness level started shooting up. His running time started improving. And what I was just saying to him this week was, let's make the best use of that 4 kilometers that you've got, that 2K there and 2K back. So he's used to running longer distances, so 4K to him is absolutely nothing. So I was saying to him, what we could do is introduce intervals and speed work into your training. So now it's maybe go 3/4 pace or flat out for 2-3 minutes, then bring it right back down to a jog for 30 seconds to a minute for recovery time, and then go again. So by the end of his 4K, he feels like he's really worked up a sweat and he's got his heart rate pumping. So it's really been creative and thinking, what can I do rather than what can't I do? I hope that makes sense. Throw up questions if you have them, guys. I know there's a lot of people watching now, happy days, but if you have any questions, just let me know and I'll try and work through them for you. Okay. What else in terms of training? Sorry, I have a few notes made here. I'm just looking down from time to time to make sure I don't leave anything out. Giving you a few more ideas. Another fantastic piece of equipment that a lot of you have got at home is your stairs. Does anybody ever train on the stairs? Probably not. Don't want you falling down it. But no, the stairs are a fantastic option as well. You can do everything on that. You can work different muscle groups on that. So you can do strength work. You can do cardio work on that if you want. How? Well, let's say, for example, you're at the bottom of the stairs and I say to you, this time when you're going up the stairs, don't take every step, go every second step. So you go every second step to the top of the stairs and then you walk back down every step as your recovery time. Do that for 15 minutes, guys. Sounds easy. I guarantee you're gone after 10, never mind 15. There's your cardio work. What else can you do with stairs? You can be at the bottom of the stairs. You can put one foot up maybe on the second or third step and you can lunge. So you're just up and down, just lunging on it. Loads you can do. You can do... So you're at the bottom of the stairs again in a plank position. You can take one hand up to the second step. You can bring the other hand up to the second step. Right hand down, left hand down. And you can do your up down planks. You can do hip bridges. You can be lying at the bottom of the steps with your feet maybe on the second step again, pushing the hips up, back down. Loads of stuff you can do. So loads of variety in it. You can do calf raises on the stairs. So again, it's not about saying, well, I can't do a normal training, therefore I can't do anything. There's always options. They're everywhere around you if you choose to get creative. Again, folks, any questions, pop them up and we will work through them. Let me have a look at my notes. Am I leaving anything out? No, I think we're good so far. Everyone happy enough, yeah? You're still with me? Still with me, okay? So yeah, there's just a few ideas on training, what you can do, just adapting it, being flexible, and putting the stimulus on the body to make it respond. That's always the important thing. And I think, from my experience working with a lot of clients, that's where the most common mistake is. They're doing the same type of training for the last 5 years and nothing has changed. It's day in, day out, same thing over and over and over, and your body has got used to that long ago. It's not adaptable anymore. So you've got to give it a reason to change. If you want your body to change, you've got to give it a reason to change. You have to get uncomfortable. That's the long and short of it. People don't like hearing that, but you have to get uncomfortable. If you really want to bring about change, there's a level of discomfort involved, and you've got to be okay with that. And that's, again, we've gone back to our HIIT sessions over the last few evenings. The group I've got there, it's amazing to see it because it's just so intense. It's short, sharp sessions, but we have beginners as well. We adapt it, don't want to be scary off. But what's happened for a lot of them is that it's a totally new stimulus on the body, and they're finding that they're puffed out after we even do one round. So the short rounds, they're 2 or 3 minutes, that's all they are, but it's the intensity of them. After that, people are puffing and panting and they just need the recovery time, and then we repeat our rounds. So that's a little bit on training. Food-wise then, let's have a quick chat about food. Again, guys, look, I'm not going to hang around here too long, so if anybody has questions, shoot them up now, this is the time. Food-wise, there's a few things on this. The bottom line with body composition, if it's weight loss, for example, that you're looking for, the bottom line is always calories in versus calories out. So if you want to lose weight, you've got to be in a calorie deficit. You've got to be expending more energy than you're taking in. So the problem at the moment is that when you're at home, you're going to be moving an awful lot less probably than you were previously. Most people will be, I would imagine. And therefore, if your calories are even at the same level, you're probably going to gain weight because your expenditure is not as high as it was. So what you've probably got to look at doing is bringing the calories down a little bit. So you're eating a little bit less. And this is the problem most people are going to have at the minute. I reckon the calories are probably going up rather than coming down because people are grazing and they're doing it subconsciously without even thinking about it. A lot of times it's through boredom. So once we bring a level of awareness to that, we can do something about it. So ask yourself that question. Are you grazing mindlessly? Are you grazing through boredom? Are you taking on more calories than you previously were? Might be just a good time to consider that. And let me be clear on this as well, guys. Like, there's no hassle coming out of this a few pounds heavier because look, there's people dying and there's a lot going on in the world. It's not the end of the world if you come out a few pounds heavier. All I'm trying to do here is help out the people that want to just, I suppose, keep some level of management on it. So be aware of what's coming into your house first and foremost. If we're looking at food, I would definitely say to you, sort it out at source, because if it's not in the house, you can't eat it. So be very, very conscious more than ever at the moment of what's actually coming into the house. The best place to look at kind of solving this problem is in your food shop rather than when it's in the cupboard looking at you and it's putting temptation in front of you. So try and avoid that situation. Yeah, anything else? Calories in versus brave and moves, less shopping. Yeah, stick to your regular meals as well. Stick to your regular meals. Here's Dorothy, finding the online trainer with you, excellent. Floor work at the end proving difficult due to back issues and the alternatives. Yeah, cut down on the floor work, no hassle at all. That's just ab work, Dorothy, and again, if it's something that causes a problem, we don't do it, but you might be better suited maybe just doing a few planks or something like that, you know. But the real working is done before that anyway, which you're actually flying through, so it's the HIIT stuff. If it's just the core work that's hitting you, I would leave it alone until you feel a bit better. Maybe when the world gets back to normal, a Pilates class or something like that might be good for you. So yeah, that's that. With regard to our meals then, yeah, just try and stick as closely as you can to maybe your regular meals. So your 3-4 meals a day, whatever it is that you normally eat, try and stick to that as closely as you can and just bring in a level of awareness to the snacking that's going on in between, because that's typically what pushes the calories up for a lot of people, okay? Anything else? Distractions, yeah, try and keep yourself busy. One of the great things for me, guys, at the moment is that I'm throwing myself into work. So even though, again, I can't go out and do what I normally do, going out running classes and going out meeting clients and all the rest, going out doing speaking events, I can't do all that. The question I ask myself from day one is, what can I do? Where is the opportunity in this? So there's a couple of things I can do. I'm writing my second book at the moment, so I'm really throwing myself into that. All my energy is going into that. That's filling my days. The other thing I'm doing is I'm working on my speaking. So I'm practicing my presentations. I had some great speaking events booked. Actually, I was booked to speak at some that were due kind of around now. They're not going to happen. But what I'm doing now is they're going to be later in the year. So I'm actually putting a lot of work into the presentations for those. I'm putting a lot of work into practicing my speaking. So when the time comes for those gigs, I'm going to be much, much better than I would have been now. So it's really looking at the opportunity rather than just dwelling on what you can't do. So for me, that's keeping my days really busy. I'm actually really, really busy at the moment between writing and between practice and speaking. Evening time comes, I do workouts online with my clients, and it's just keeping me distracted. And when I do that and I've got something to focus on, I've got something to throw my energy into, I don't eat as much because I'm not mooching around the house just looking at food. I'm keeping myself distracted, I'm keeping myself busy, getting out walking, all that sort of stuff as well. And for a lot of you guys, it's going to be playing with the kids and different things. And it's actually a really, really good time to have a look at where you're at in your life and do a little stock take and assess things and say, well, this is where I am now. Where do I want to go? let's get into your own heads a little bit. What are the things I want to do? What do I want to achieve? What would I love to do before the year is out? Or maybe next year? What are the goals that I'm after? Sit down, get into your own head. Plan, what am I going to have to do to get there? What are the obstacles going to be? How am I going to get around those things? Brilliant time to do some journaling, guys. Get a pen and paper. Start making a few plans for yourself. This is something I'm big on. Like, everything I do is planned, and I do the same with clients. The very first thing I get clients to do is set goals. I'm talking about staying in shape throughout this thing. For some of you, the goal might be just to maintain where you're at, which will be a great goal in itself. But when I work with clients, we do the online 6 weeks course, for example. First thing I will say to them is write down exactly what you want for the next 6 weeks. So if that is weight loss, put it into numbers. I'm going to do this by this date. Here's how I'm going to do it. Here's why I want to do it. So we get into all this type of stuff. So that's a brilliant opportunity for all of you at the moment, I think, for all of us to sit down and assess where we are, where do we want to go, how are we going to get there, what's working well in my life, what's not working well in my life. Have a little think tank. It's a brilliant time for it. So that was my few tips on staying in shape, guys. I think I've thrown loads of stuff out at you there at the moment. Again, I'm going to wrap it up in the next few minutes, so if there's any questions, again, now is the time. Stick them up. Somebody got in touch with me, was it yesterday, the day before, and just asking a couple of little things around the HIIT workouts and how to, hi Ursula, how are you? His question was, after the workout, I'm starving, what should I be eating at that stage? The workouts, the HIIT stuff, pretty high intensity. It's going to rev up the metabolism. You could well be hungry after it. One of my favourite go-tos in that situation is scrambled eggs and brown bread, or scrambled egg and toast. So it's getting a bit of protein in there, getting a bit of carbohydrate in there to replace lost stores, and it goes down really easy. It's light, so if it's later in the evening, it tends to go down pretty easy and it's easily digestible. I wouldn't be throwing in huge big plates of food late at night. And that, again, can keep you awake at night, because if it's not digested, it's keeping the digestive system working overtime. And if you're not sleeping, everything suffers. And this actually, in terms of what we're doing at the moment as well, sleep is a fantastic opportunity for you guys to start getting your sleep in, because I speak to clients all the time who'll tell me they're going on 4 or 5 hours sleep. Not a brilliant situation, guys. Sleep actually is a big part of the fat loss journey as well. Obviously, when you're sleeping, your energy levels are going to be low the next day, you don't feel so good. But the other side of it is, and it's a very obvious thing, because your energy levels are low, food choices tend to be worse the next day as well. There tends to be a lot of greasy foods, there tends to be a lot of pick-me-up foods, there tends to be a lot of sugar, a lot of caffeine, maybe all of the above for some people. So it's a brilliant time to work on your sleep and try and get a good solid sleeping pattern in as well if you can. Okay, that's a few tips, guys. I hope that's useful. Have you found that useful? Throw up a comment, let me know before I finish up. Have you found it useful? Was there anything in it that resonated for you, or anything that you think I could take that away and I could apply that myself and it might bring me some little bit of value? That would be good to know. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it, guys. So again, any questions before I wrap it up? I'm going to give it about 2 minutes and then I'm gone. So stick up a question, let me know if there's anything you need help with, if there's anything I can help you with. What I might do, actually, I'm just thinking something that might help you out as well. If you're struggling to put workouts together for yourself at home, I have ebooks up on my website at the moment, which have been done a couple of years ago. See, I was way ahead of this thing. There's a couple of ebooks up on my website. So there's beginner level, there's advanced level, there's intermediate level, and those are all on my website. So you might be able to get some use from those. But I think what I'll do is maybe run a little Facebook competition once I close down the live, and I'll give somebody 1 or 2 of those for free, possibly. Just to give you a few ideas. There's 15 workouts in each ebook and just loads of ideas, and yeah, get you through the next few weeks if nothing else. So I think that's it. There's Majella. Finding that too after HIIT hungry. After the HIIT hungry, have an orange apple about 9ish. Yeah, perfect, Majella. Excellent. Yep. Oh, we're back. It's disconnecting on me there, I think. Don't know what's going on. Super, great advice as always. Thanks so much. No problem at all. Delighted you find it useful, guys. And yeah. Look, folks, if there's anything you need help with, get in touch with me. That's what I'm here for. So I have been inundated with messages over the last week or two, which is good because I want to hear from you and I want to help you out as much as I can. But don't be on your own, guys. If there's anything you need, get in touch. Please get in touch. And can I just say to you, folks, it's not weight loss related, but mental health related. Please keep moving. Please keep moving. Please get your exercise in. Get out and walk. Get your workouts in. Please pick up the phone and ring people. Stay in touch with people. It is so fundamentally important at this time more than ever. Okay? How much are the ebooks? I think they're €15, Debbie, I'm not sure. They're on the website anyway, maybe just go and have a look. They've been there for so long I've forgotten. I'd recommend making protein balls. Yeah, brilliant, they're a great snack as well. Protein balls, breakfast bars, all those sort of stuff, fantastic. Yeah, it's a great time for people to learn how to cook as well, you know, because it's one of those, we've got time in our hands, so make use of it. Take up a hobby, learn how to do something new. Read books, some good books out there, guys. If I had my own one to hand, I wasn't thinking ahead, was I? Let's go down phone orders, carry on. What about a haircut, Alan? Oh, Jesus, Keith, I'd love a haircut. I would love a haircut. People are waiting to go drinking after this thing. I'm waiting to go for a haircut. Cannot wait. Yeah, I think that's us, guys. I think that is us. Get in touch if you need anything. There's Paula, great to get a recap. Looking forward to starting fresh on Monday. We'll see. The energy levels are very low at the moment. Yeah, definitely keep moving, folks. Keep moving. You are going to find your energy levels dropping if you're not moving. If you're sitting around all day doing nothing, you're not going to feel so good. So really, really do your best. Live class is brilliant. Highly recommend. Cheers, Magella. But yeah, as I said there, I'm trying to get my walks in a couple of times a week. All the lads are shaving their heads. Oh, I'm too vain for that, Debbie. Yeah, look, I'm trying to get walking a couple of times a week. I'm doing my workout in the evenings as well. Keeping me mentally good. I feel really, really good at the minute. Despite everything that's going on, I feel really positive, and I'm putting a lot of that down to looking after my mind. So, you know, mindfulness and meditation are the really in things at the moment, and the buzzwords. That works for some people. It works incredibly well for some people, and if that's what works for you, do it. For me, what I find works for me is just getting out of my own head through training or through exercise. That's always the thing that kind of grounds me and keeps me feeling good about myself. And I'm sure that's probably what works for others as well. So, simple advice, get up and get moving as much as you can. Get good, healthy, nutritious foods into you as much as you can. And that'll keep you feeling good. And drink water and all the rest. And try and sleep too if you can. Alright? I think that's it, guys. I think that's a wrap for this evening. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you found it useful. And as I said, if I can be of benefit to anybody, if I can help with anything, give me a shout. Alright? Don't be shy. Get in touch. Talk to you soon, folks. Leave you and love you.